There's no place to escape to.
This is the last stream.
On the left. That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
Oh, there we go. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the last stream on the left. How are you? Hope everyone's doing well out there. Hey, look what I have. I have Perrier, just like Marcus drinks.
That's motor oil. If you could tell, right before we started, Kissel tried to, how many times? How many times he just says that if a teacher's looking at you in the eyes, she's never looking at you in the eyes.
Don't
she's
feminize the
looking at
profession.
you
There's also male teachers.
I only like women teachers. And
Yeah.
then she's looking you at the forehead. That's the only thing that she's doing is looking
No,
at you in the
I
forehead.
learned this lesson from a teacher. They told me, I think this was actually Mrs. Miller. She was a vegetarian.
I had a Mrs. Miller.
We all had Mrs. Millers. Was she
I
a
didn't.
vegetarian?
No.
Mrs. Miller was, I loved her, but she would only eat like potato chips. I don't know if that was a better choice. But anyway, she said, I believe it was her, that when, you think I'm looking in your eyes when I look at the class, she looks at everybody's foreheads. And then it looks like you're looking in their eyes, because really if you look in the eyes of a teenager, your soul dies.
I just think that it might be a spectrum issue.
It could be. It could be. Well, speaking of spectrum issues, it's my mandate. It's a mandate. Who wants to go on one of those?
I mean, we are now, right? Because you know what's nice about mandate? No matter what, you get lucky.
Yes, you do.
Right? 'Cause it's easy to do because we fucking suck. You guys think like, hey, like how do they keep the chemistry going all these years? And I tell you one thing. Come.
Yes,
and we're going to say what's
indeed.
going on to the chat. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Isaac
Thank you,
Davis,
chat.
I can't believe you arrived here. Tessa Solway says you guys look like AI made you.
My mom ain't artificial, okay? And my dad's spunk is 100% German.
AI can't reproduce this. You have any idea how many individual hairs I have?
It was Aryan intelligence.
All
right, so it's
Nazi stock.
Yep.
No,
so
no,
he's
yeah.
from a
German
Nazi
stock.
computer program that enveloped him to be the ultimate soft comedian.
Wolfenstein. By the way, I'm playing Jedi, the Survivor.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what's going on.
You don't know
do you
what's going
vote?
on?
I am so
Do you vote
lost.
like Anakin off or something?
No, dude, you play with this fucking redheaded guy. I'm happy for the representation. It's kind of cool. You can make his hair longer. But, man, half the shit is just you're in a fucking cave.
Yeah.
You're trying to do dumb shit.
Yeah.
And you don't get the bloodlust. I want to see blood. Make the robots bleed.
See, that
For
actually,
fuck's sake.
I completely agree
Why
with
not?
that.
Make the robots bleed.
Because
Make
I'm just not
robots
getting
bleed.
the same. I'm not getting the cathartic. I want Call of Duty meets Jedi.
There's a problem with that though, because the Jedi, your lightsaber, that is your primary weapon, right?
know.
Lightsabers.
Does it cauterize the wounds?
It
So there's-
cauterizes the
Is that
wound.
right?
That's
it
hot
cauterizes the
shit.
wound.
That's
It
George
absolutely
Lucas.
cauterizes the
That
wound.
is George
I agree.
Lucas apologist
I agree.
behavior.
I completely
It's not
agree.
George Lucas. In fact, I actually just watched A New Hope again. I managed to get a hold of the despecialized edition. It is superb.
Dial it back.
1977. Oh, it's cherry, it's virgin, it's wonderful. But in that movie, what people usually don't remember is after Luke discovers that the Jawas have been murdered, after he goes and talks to Obi-Wan Kenobi, when he returns to the moisture farm, he finds that Uncle Ben and Aunt Beru are a pair of smoking charred skeletons.
Do you think that when you discuss
Moisture farm.
when you discuss Star Wars, do you think that Carolina's moisture farm
me-
dries up, or
Me and Carolina,
Yeah, you got that married piece of shit.
me and Carolina looked for the despecialized edition together. We bought it. We actually had it shipped to our home. It was one of the best nights that we'd had in so long because we kept pausing and talking about like, oh yeah, that's the way that used to be, but now it's
that's
this
how
way.
it used to be?
We had-
so you both just
we had
Grandpa Simpson.
Yeah, we had an extended conversation about the skeletons of Uncle Ben and Aunt Beru.
Are
love
you
my wife. I love
lonely
it.
tonight?
Even
he found a wife.
People are really saying it. They immediately said about the cauterize the wounds. The
Cauterize the
Flodge
wound.
is pretty certain you guys go to the same Yum Yum Donuts. Sounds like someone's
No,
trying to
I
kill
actually
you.
thought I drove
We've
Marcus home yesterday and you because we're back in high school.
Yeah.
And I
It
passed
was
the
nice.
Yum Yum Donuts and I was like, I go to that one, but then I passed the other one. I passed another one, I was like, I go to that one.
Oh, that's when you go. Yeah, go to the one on. Well, should I say? I don't know if I should.
No, don't
which
say
one.
no.
No,
You don't
don't
wanna give
bust
your
it.
location
But I do. But you
away.
are correct. I do go to Yum Yum Donuts. So yeah, we probably do go to the same Yum Yum Donuts.
my issue with Yum Yum Donuts is it should be called Yum Yum. We have some donuts, but it's mostly croissants. That's my only issue. They
it's
don't have
mostly-
they don't have any stuff. There's no stuffed eclairs.
Eclairs are just stuff. There's no such thing as a stuffed eclair.
Yeah, there are.
This
No,
isn't
an
an eclair.
eclair is an eclair.
Oh, well-
there's such a thing as a
well,
stuffed eclair.
whatever
unless you
I'm
are
talking-
stuffing them inside of you.
I got teeth in my asshole. Vagina dentata.
Yeah.
But for the butt. No.
Asshole
Anyway,
dentata.
oh wait,
Yeah.
this reminds me. I have videos.
You better.
And
because
why-
if not,
when
this
speaking-
is nothing but a cavern. A cavern of Yum Yum Donuts banter that no one will. People are just running away. They're running
Yeah.
away from the screen.
Monsignor Eric, number 6. Have you guys ever heard the actual voice of Darth Vader?
We talked about
David
this, right?
Prowse? Oh no, now David Prowse. Now his story is so sad. Do you know the story?
I
do
actually
a
got
little
some.
bit.
I educated him a little bit on this, and then we talked about it,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually found that the David Prowse story ended up being not as sad
As big because of the
afterwards.
Comic-Cons and things of that
He
nature.
didn't end up
Well, I
getting
know.
all that. It was
Afterward.
the revelation was
Children!
incredibly sad.
It was it was the premiere.
May we please get to the video
Sure.
and just hear, because it's
Yes,
just,
Donya, I have seen the
Finding the right voice for Darth Vader was another challenge.
And action.
Lucas had never intended to use the on-set vocal performance of David Prowse.
Start tearing this ship apart piece by piece until you find those tapes. Find the passengers of this vessel.
You find the passengers.
I
Dino
can still
theft,
hear
the other
David
bring them
Prowse's
teeth.
Not
accent
scary.
in the Darth Vader mask, muffled,
You
because
know
he would
he's
do
an
the real
animator 'cause of the
dialogue.
shirt.
You're trying to curse Carrie Fisher or
this is the
something.
best. Watch this.
Know what you're talking about. I'm a member of the Imperial Senate on a diplomatic
You are part of the Rebel Alliance.
I will not listen to a woman with
It was
breakfast on her
hilarious
head.
and
This
terrifying
changes
sometimes because we didn't know what
everything.
Darth sounded like. That was the first time we heard him. We're like, is that it? Is it going to be some Scottish guy or what is this?
That's so
Prowse's
sad.
voice would later be replaced with a more menacing performance. Provided by
Okay,
classically
that might
trained
be.
Yeah,
stunt
that's
film
great.
actor
Anyway, but this
James
poor
Earl
guy.
Jones.
Thank you,
George
Eric.
had
We're good.
hired David
He-
Prowse.
I
but he's-
believe that he thought he was going to be
Yes.
the voice.
He didn't know until the premiere. He didn't know until he sat down for the premiere and James Earl Jones's voice came out. And that's one of the best lines. Like, you are part of the Rebel Alliance and you're a traitor. Take her away.
It can't be his. Like, how you have to have some self-awareness. Not distant on the guy. He did so much work and got no credit. It
wasn't good enough.
His voice just was not Darth Vader.
wasn't.
Why did they even cast him?
It's because of
he
his
looked
size.
Like, he looked
How
like,
did he was fully covered.
He was huge.
he,
You
could
also,
do, he was a very good physical actor.
yeah,
Okay.
you also you forget like sometimes truly some of the biggest decisions in casting in all movies history. It was just like that guy.
That guy.
Like they
I
go through,
know.
they got like 10 of them, and they're like, that guy's good, you know, because this is before Star Wars was like the most important cocksucking horseshit
It
on the
is-
face of the planet. It was when it was
Well,
just a
it's
dumb
not
movie,
so
but
bad
no one
still, it's
wanted
fine.
it. No one wanted to be in the movie. It was
I
like
don't
a
think
low
that
budget.
that's
Alec-
true. It's
Alec-
still a major motion picture.
Alec Guinness didn't want to be in the movie. Everyone else very much wanted to be in the movie.
Because they were nobodies.
Yeah.
They had nothing.
Yeah,
They had
Harrison
jack
Ford,
shit.
Harrison Ford was like 32, 33.
He was a
working as
carpenter.
Yeah.
and then they had to go to Tunisia.
Yeah.
And then they're filming in Tunisia, and they're like, Mark Hamill's like, in these conditions, I'm gonna be some kind of
No,
knight in
Mark
these
Hamill was not a
conditions."
bitch. Mark Hamill was actually a total true trooper.
He was.
To use that term.
You
They
can't-
Also, in 1980, I watched an interview with he and the R.I.P. Princess Leia.
Yeah.
And they knew about the prequels as they were doing the originals. And I didn't realize that.
Well, George
He
Lucas
actually
had
mentioned
an
them in a. He mentioned them that these are the actual 4th, 5th, and 6th.
George
and then there's
Lucas
the prequels.
had
I didn't know they knew in the 80s.
He had a full story Bible. It was a whole thing. He had wrote it all out. It was
His
literally
wife did
written
most
in.
of it.
It was written in prose style. He had it set it up for. That's why the other books there were canon books that were a part of his extended universe that he did want to include. And they changed everything.
Well,
and then
I
they
love-
adulterated it.
Well, I mean,
You won't.
Jar Jar
and
was-
I do.
okay, Ted.
Jar Jar wasn't in the original book.
No. Jar Jar was added by the Jamaican Star Wars Commission, which honestly was incredibly powerful at the time.
I mean, I could say quite a bit about what you just said about Star Wars because I'm reading a Ralph McQuarrie book about the envisioning of Star Wars and how it was.
How's that moisture farm holding?
Yeah. Oh my. Oh. Whoa.
No, she loves it when she's like, "Hey, darling," because I'm over in my record room and she's watching something, she's reading. I'm like, did you know that Boba Fett's design? It was actually Ralph McQuarrie. He was actually designing with the Snow Troopers, they were called Super Troopers, and then they were. And then
your milkshake.
The nicest thing is, I don't even use toilet paper anymore. I just put my asshole up up to a recording of Marcus talking about Star Wars, and it dries it right up.
Actually, Marnie says, guys, I'm like really stoned. I swear to shit, they had this conversation before. My brain hurts. No, Kissel and I had this conversation separately. It is now continuing because we have been friends for 15 years.
Yes, indeed.
is our brain now.
And my wife is also she's very interested in my Star
know what
Wars talk. It's part of why we got married.
If I ever go give cunnilingus to a woman, I always say, time to do some desalinization. So let's move on. Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan. This brings all of our worlds together. Obviously, wrestling. Hulk Hogan. We are in the midst of a strike, and the strikes continue. Hulk Hogan, notorious scab. That's
Very
why
much
Jesse
so.
Ventura hates him.
Oh, yes, very much so.
So one might say, with principles like that, isn't Hulk Hogan a little bit demonic? Eric, number 1, please.
Whoa, so Scabs is bad? Scabs is evil? Backwards, man. Yeah, when I talk about Dune, it's because Dune is an important philosophical statement about war and religion.
Oh my God.
Why do we need to watch this in silence?
It's, I don't know. I actually don't know because you can't understand it.
I just silenced his Dune conversation.
Oh,
If Dune said anything else, I would
so
have.
you're just shushing.
I can't go from Star Wars to Dune. We are not virgins.
Oh no, that's why we can't. It's why we can't.
Yeah. Actually, my wife knows just as much about Star Wars as I do.
Yeah.
I don't understand. So this is just reverse Hulk Hogan trying to say
No,
he's
it's
evil.
demonic Hulk Hogan.
No, it's
Also, Mean Gene's dead, so think about what this interview did for him.
You know he has a burger joint on I-5?
Mean Gene, really?
I remember when I was
I'd go right now.
I took a road trip. Yeah, I took a road trip from L.A. to Seattle when I was like 22 in 2006, and it's just Mean Gene's Burgers. It's just right off I-5. It's in the middle of nowhere.
I know Hulk Hogan has a new bar called Hogan's House, Hogan's Playhouse right now, and he has DJ Skrillex, which we've talked about.
Good. The drop, the bass drop.
DJ, the new, it's not Skrillex, it's Skrillex that can get sued, and he tried to make a big deal, like he throws hurricane parties during hurricanes because he says pussies stay home.
Well, isn't that something? And he lives in St. Pete's, Florida. O.J. Simpson.
Technically, don't sully St. Pete.
I love St. Pete's.
Clearwater,
I was right there.
it's Clearwater.
No, he lives in Hulk Hogan lives in St. Pete's.
I actually know exactly where Hulk Hogan lives. He lives very close to my parents. I know his fucking house. I know his daughter. I know his daughter.
Do you really?
I've met her.
She was a great musician.
And I also met his daughter's best
She
friend
needs to stop interrupting him when he's fucking somebody.
And they also went.
such a pig.
They shot a reality television show. I think it was like Brooks Be Gone.
Yes, Brooke Hogan. That was her name.
And she used to shoot. She was close friends with one of Jackie's good like within her drama department.
How am I just finding out about this?
This is all. So we actually had Jackie was invited to Brooke Hogan's 16th birthday party.
go?
That was she went. She was just not on camera because at the time she wasn't camera ready. And then when they went,
What do you mean it was filmed?
It was filmed because it was done for what was that show, My Sweet Extreme 16, whatever it was on MTV.
My God.
And so Jackie went to that. And then obviously they were doing a lot of drugs and stuff because
Jackie
was
gotten
doing
a TV
drugs
credit
then.
first of all of us.
No, she didn't though. They didn't put her on the show.
They should have put her on the show. I've seen that family picture of all of you guys, the white
Lindsay
clumps.
Necropolis, I don't hate Brooke.
No one hates. No,
I
how
don't
can you
hate
Brooke
Brooke.
Hogan?
I don't think we ever said anything about hate.
No,
I don't think we
I
said anything
don't-
negative about her.
I think that she decided that music wasn't going to be her future.
Well, music was difficult for her.
Music is difficult for most
Music
people.
is very difficult to do.
No.
It's like most people aren't great at it,
Yeah.
and she happened to just sort of like have an ability to be louder than others due to her ability to have Hulk Hogan's family name.
Music is the easiest thing to do when you're not good at it.
You say, actually, you see, you and I get into this philosophically all the time
Mm-hmm.
because I think that comedy's harder than music.
Well, no, but the problem is the logistics. I understand where both are coming from. Let's say,
But I think
tangible-
more people do
to
bad
be a
comedy.
traveling musician
Because is this
more
bad
difficult
music?
than traveling
like
stand-up.
I am not like a trained musician at all. So would you call just me going like, like is that music? Like if I were to go
No,
like,
that wouldn't be music.
like into a
No, that's
microphone.
sound.
It depends on the context.
But for a minute 45 seconds, if I went chummy 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 cummy 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 cummy
That's
tummy
music.
tummy 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 chummy 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 chummy
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on,
chummy,
come on.
chummy,
Yeah, that's the beginning of
there
a
you
song.
go.
See, that's music, right?
Yeah.
But only not when I'm just making noises.
Buddy, we'll have Brian Wilson on the show, and he can tell us all about his pet sounds.
Yeah, Mike says autotune fixes everything because that's the thing.
quite subjective.
Autotune, you can't autotune a joke unless you should give that guy a fucking lobotomy.
But is the man who tells a joke in the office, whether it be good or bad, is he a
You
comedian?
know what I always like to do? This chick, she's wearing a dress. I walk by and say, "Who's cooking fish?"
Is he a
Hey,
comedian?
who's cooking fish?
Who's cooking
He is
fish?
Hey, Pam.
People are agreeing with me. People saying agree. Yes, Yoko Ono proves that it's music.
No, Yoko Ono
That's
has
what they
proved
said?
it's not music. I don't know if you're aware of that.
New summer anthem. Everyone's saying "Cummy, cummy, tummy, 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 chummy, chummy" is the new summer anthem.
I don't think it's not.
Cummy, tummy,
chummy, 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 chummy,
To my
tummy,
previous tangible point, unloading and loading when it comes to bands, when it comes to splitting up the money, is the loading process and unloading process alone would make me not be able to focus on performing.
It's quite
the
difficult.
entire time I'd be like, I got to bring all of this back.
Oh, as soon as
You are
you're done,
basically
it's
a truck driver. With comedy, this is why it is easier as well in many ways. Microphone, check. I'm ready to go.
no,
Yeah.
because
So
music leads to pussy and dancing and fun. And even if you have to unplug everything, a lot of times you have people that do it for you. Comedy, you
but
just
not
go
in the
back to the
beginning.
cavernous hotel room.
And I think Ben
99% of musicians do it by themselves.
And I think that Ben is also proving my point that music is harder.
no,
because you actually have to.
How dare you use Kissel to prove anything?
Hey, are they, is someone cooking fish in here?
He's not doing it.
If we're talking objectively as to what is actually quote unquote harder, music absolutely.
You look at
again,
look at,
I don't
look
think
at
you can just
Pamela's
go up
crotch and say, "Hey,
any-
someone cooking fish in here?"
I'm just saying, comedy, you have to create punchlines. In comedy, what I'm saying, in comedy, people, comedy is the fact that you have to constantly come up with new shit. The guys that play My Sharona just they've done it.
Damn.
Their
Yeah,
but they
work
did
is
it.
done. Their work is they get to go out, they could play My Sharona 15 times and everyone be like, we loved it.
Push
And
back
it's
slightly
over.
though. I'll
Meanwhile,
push back
if
slightly.
I do
Yakov
my favorite...
Smirnoff is still doing, but in Russia, my pussy eat you.
But that's
He's
because
still
he
doing
bought
it.
Branson.
Also,
he bought a
Here's your sign.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
You might be a redneck if you get a hook.
fluffy, my
Genius.
friend.
The
Fluffy.
crowd agrees with me. No, so all
Absolutely
that
not.
matters.
The crowd's
I,
not
the crowd, by the
I
way.
am a
That's
true American,
that's
and
a-
I
No.
say with the American and some
Eric number
internationals.
7. Eric number 7. Speaking of music, this guy. Well, I think he proves
Marsha
the
Pope
point
is a
that
rapper
comedy is
turned
harder.
spoken word artist. Please welcome Marsha to the show. Good morning. Doing well. So tell me why the change from rapping to spoken word?
Because it's basically the same thing. You know, I dealing with words for the Bible. It says in the Bible, first there was word in the book of Genesis. And so we live our lives based on that book, which is the Bible.
So you're going to do a spoken word for us now, right?
Right.
And tell us what we're about to hear.
How did I get here?
It's just a freestyle.
Okay.
I'm just going to think it up. As I go.
Freestyle. Well, let me sit back. Go ahead,
So you're
Marsha.
saying words.
Years ago, they tried to put me in the.
Oh God, this would be.
This is
A little
live.
harder than comedy. Just laugh.
Just do one you already know.
There you go.
Yeah,
So
I
a
got
poor guy, that is. I actually feel, obviously, with a little bit of joke.
Do you want to try to read something from your book?
Yeah.
I have so much empathy for that man. What a nightmare. A true, he's going to go to sleep and wake up and be like, oh, thank God that was a dream. And then his friend's going to call him and be like, you got any more great poetry,
Can you believe
pal?
what you've done? The idea of saying to somebody, because I guess he did agree that he was
No,
gonna
he was there to
freestyle.
sell his books. Who am I? How did I get
But
here?
she said, "Will you
What are
freestyle?"
you- I think there were actually legitimate questions.
Because most freestyles, maybe I'm incorrect,
Wanna freestyle?
incorrect her, right? But no.
Here
I
I
can
am, sitting in
I
my
can
tuchus.
freestyle.
All I want to do is read a couple bookus.
Yeah.
My name is Henry, and I'm
Don't
here
do
to
this.
say
No, we're
I'm
moving
going to
on.
eat food in a different way.
No, that's
Eating
not-
with my
that's
butt
actually
is my
racist.
favorite
You're
thing.
actually being racist.
What do you mean?
Franken Hooker, does she know Cory Booker? oh boy, what a looker. Man,
That's spoken word.
man,
That's spoken word.
Man, let's go back to my place so we can put on the slow cooker.
No, that's absolutely again.
I
both of you are racist.
I just freestyled. I just
I-
freestyled.
No,
I
that
did
was
mine.
not freestyling.
That was
please,
totally freestyle.
God.
I
But isn't that
totally
great?
freestyled 4
How much time
verses.
do we have left?
Do you ever see that? Was it the not Breakfast of Champions? Was in that show where they make the guys
love
go and
that
they make them freestyle rap. They put the hook on and then they go in and it's
8
like
Mile?
It's no. It's with you guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
Bulworth?
Am I the only one that's remotely ethnic? It's the one. It's the morning show. It's the morning show where they go.
A
And,
real morning show?
yes, and one of the things they do is they put a track on. Where's the chat?
They put a what?
Where's the chat? You
Where's
guys
it?
know what
No,
I'm
no,
saying?
no. Explain it again. You're explaining
talking
it
about Hoda?
horribly.
One, no, never Hoda. It's
I
not
like
called
Hoda.
Breakfast
Why
of
not?
Champions. Charlemagne.
That's a great movie.
What's
Remember
that?
that?
Yeah.
That's
What was
funny.
it?
Breakfast Club. Thank
Breakfast
you.
Club.
Breakfast
You-
Club.
That's a movie.
No, it's not. It's a radio show as well.
Oh,
After
you're
the fact.
talking about the
Yes.
Charlemagne
Oh,
and
yeah.
the other
Hot
ones.
97?
Yes.
Okay.
But they
They're
make
always
'em-
being controversial.
But they
They are.
make them like freestyle on it, but sometimes they
No,
get
but
people
those are
get criticized.
rappers.
But yes, but they sometimes get criticized because they say, "Oh, they brought in bars, right?"
No, I
instead
know
of
that,
actually
Henry, but you're
freestyling.
saying that they just pull people off the street and they're just like, I'm here to talk about
Sway in the
economics.
morning, yes.
And they're like, no, Larry, now it's time to freestyle. They know that they're going into their freestyle. The best thing you can do, first of all, many of them are pre-thought. Mm-hmm. But if they think for a second that you've pre-thought your freestyle,
They make you
you're
stop.
done.
Yeah.
I watched one guy and he tried really hard and I didn't think it was bad. But then Charlemagne just said, that's not it.
There's one guy that's like albino. What's his name? Like Mr.
Captain
White.
Lou. Captain Lou.
What's
All
his
right,
name?
let's
He's
change-
so good. He's
change pace.
blind as hell.
Yeah.
He's blind, but he's a good rapper. His name's like Mr. Nosey. It's name something. He's albino.
Now I think comedy is harder than music.
No.
All right. Well, you see how
It
bad
is.
that was,
It
Mr.
is.
Nosey.
It's harder to do
Let's
well.
see here.
Harder to do
possibly.
well.
I forget what number 2 is. Let's
Fire.
do number 2. It's Mr. Parks. This is my. Oh, this is hilarious. Watch this idiot. Buddy, you didn't do it
It
right.
always goes wrong.
And look at the
goes
ref.
wrong.
Just watch this again. It's so fast. It's just hilarious. This guy. So he takes it.
Yeah, you gotta be.
That's not good. And then watch the ref here. The ref is like, oh, I got it. Don't worry, don't worry.
A little bit of pad here.
Anyway, so he's probably. That's not. People put their lives at risk for smaller crowds, but then once you get to the big crowds, they say that's not good wrestling.
You can't do it.
You can't do it.
Yeah, because there's too much money on the line.
Well,
Right.
yeah, and you got all again. There's so many. You got cameras. It's rehearsed. You got all this shit going on. Stuff like that.
What's
That's the lifeblood of wrestling.
We have a lot of fantastic.
Blind
performers.
Fury is the name of the blind man.
Ah.
I think that was the name of my grandfather too. Blind Furrer. Okay. So the
Made
what is
in
the
the
thing?
lab. You're the one who's made in the lab.
I know. That's why it was AI, and that's why they call me the Cove of the comedy. Who released me? Fauci. Okay, so
Fauci's not a punchline.
Fauci.
You can't just say Fauci.
You wait when I do my
I know.
Southern States were right tour.
Fauci.
And the
then
tour
he's
should
go,
be called Fauci. That's the start. Fauci.
Biden.
Fauci. That's a joke. I think the thing is when you swallow a flammable, you don't want to swallow too much. You have to be able to like when you spit it out, like when Triple H does the thing with the water. I think you need half an ounce.
Actually, I think you're supposed to cover your mouth with like paraffin wax. I don't
you're
think,
supposed to like prepare.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to prepare. I think it's a whole thing that you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I don't think you did it.
For a weird, because for a while I went to this interfaith church where we like sang Beatles songs and everybody like
Don't
we
count.
did all
That's
the
the same
different
thing.
things.
That's what Holden McNeely went to, and
Unitarian.
I did not count.
I'm actually against the Unitarian Church because of him.
Yeah, because of Holden. Yeah, specifically.
Actually, that is horrible for the Unitarians. Every time that someone mentions the Unitarian Church, the first thing I think of is Holden.
Is Holden McNeely.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah, it's
but
been like that for years.
for one of these things that they wanted us to do is that they were like, oh, we got a fire eater. Right, we can do this like fire eating thing.
Yeah.
So they say you go like, and so they all brought the fire out. Like we had little batons on, and one of the things is like you had to stick your tongue in the blue part because that's not hot or whatever, and you stick your tongue in there, right, and then it's not as hot. But the woman that was spitting was saying that what you do is if you do want to spit, like you get the flamulant or whatever
What's
it's
this got to do
called,
with God?
it's thicker. Wait, nothing.
Oh.
The guy that was he was addicted to cocaine. That was one of the thing. It was in the back of a 12-step store. Right?
Oh man!
But it gets into your lips.
How many steps did it take to get there?
But when you spit when you're spitting fire, right? It's a thicker liquid, and you really want it to just be just at in front of your teeth.
See, I think
you're just like, then you spit it out
like a snake.
Yeah, I think you have to use a very specific kind of. I think that guy was just using gas. And if you just use if you just use gas or kerosene, it's gonna go right back in your mouth.
That's well, you have to. That's why you have to spit it out.
Yeah, and he probably also used way too much.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think you have to have it clear the mouth, and then also you want to hold the flame. I'm assuming slightly further away.
Yeah, probably.
That's what I would think.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
supposed to be just a. And,
Well, speaking of pastors,
Created napalm.
number 4. Also, I've been doing what you used to do, which is get them throughout the weeks.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what number 4.
Oh, that's the best part. Is that what I do? Is I get real
the
drunk
only
and
thing
start
that
looking at
matters
night.
today.
Oh, this guy's a
Nothing else. It don't matter how big or how hot shot you think you are for the executive for
I love this guy.
IBM. I mean, give me a break. If you don't surrender your will to him, there's no way you're going to make it in. No way. You think
like Glenn
you're
Beck.
going to heaven and you think you're saved just because you put your name on the church ballot?
Nope.
Going to church don't save your soul.
Well, I'm here then. What am I doing?
You have to build a personal relationship with the one we're talking about who has the key to the gate.
Can you imagine being married to this man?
And if you want to tell me how
Yeah, I
to live my
can.
life, it better line up with the Word of God or shut your mouth.
No, Harrison Westfall just has the voice.
If it's not in the Word of God, don't try to tell me
Yes.
how to live my
Robbie
life and how
Zeebs,
to
is this
interpret
Henry's
the
SNL
scriptures,
tape?
because that's not even biblical.
You would have
People
booked
don't
it.
even
I
read
would've
their
booked it.
Bible, for heaven's sakes.
Wow, there's something about that voice that really doesn't make me think God is speaking through him.
It's something
Because
about a
doesn't-
high
God is a
tenor.
baritone, doesn't he?
If you're
That's a
talking to me
tenor.
from God's
Yeah.
if you're talking to me from God's perspective, it better be from down here.
Hi, Henry.
Hey,
I'm
hello.
God.
Hey.
I can't believe you have not believed in me for all these years.
Killed
I
your
curse
daughter.
you with hair. I curse you with Lord, and I curse you with the worst. You're Polish.
Why are you doing this? Why would you do this? Why would you be God?
You didn't believe in me,
Why would
Henry,
you
and
be
now
God and
you're
not do this?
Polish.
So are you saying that at one
God
point
is German.
No.
Oh yeah, God's a German woman.
So,
What if I had that on a shirt?
Yeah, God is German.
God is German.
Oh yeah, oh, yeah. People will be super enthused.
Why are they yelling at me?
So are you saying that at one point Henry was not Polish, but because throughout the years Henry did not believe in God, God retroactively made Henry Polish where he's always been Polish, but in a different life, in a different timeline.
See, the best part-
Henry would say
Italian.
Russian.
I could be Italian.
You could be
I actually
Italian.
feel like I'm lucky to be Polish because it's the only place that's got free bike parking because that's why they bury people with their asses sticking out of the cemetery.
There you go. Park your bike
Park
right
your
there.
bike
Park
right
your
there.
bike.
I
Park
do
your bike
love
right
that
there.
funny Polish joke.
Again, this is it's a blessing.
And I like polka music.
I love polka
Love it.
music.
Absolutely love it.
It's really
Love
great. Polka
polka.
music is great. I like a pierogi. I like stuffed cabbage. That's
You know
really
what
good.
I'm gonna say,
Kielbasa's really good.
I can listen to Frankie Yankovic all night.
Oh, of course.
Love it.
Absolutely.
Tejano music,
Yanking
beautiful.
it to Yankovic. I'm going to say this, though. There's a place called Little Poland in New York. I
Still
know-
number one.
I don't like it. I just don't like. I'm not going out of my way for Polish food.
Of course, you're a
Kark-
fucking
you-
German.
did you ever go to
a
Kark?
fucking German would say.
Did you ever go to
Because he
Karksma?
wants to go. That's all he
I
wants.
did. I'm
Karksma
not
was
going out of my way for
wonderful.
cabbage.
You're not going anywhere. You're going for the meats. The cabbage is wonderful, but you go to
You
Karksma
go ask him
for
about
the
this.
meats.
Marcus, he's incorrect. In this way,
he is.
truly,
Ask the
objectively,
crowd.
utterly
Ask the crowd.
correct.
When was the last time they had a
Utterly
romantic Polish dinner?
I mean, that's
It's
different.
Valentine's Day.
You
Are
need
you
to
going
have
to Polish?
Just you need you both be on the bigger side, and you both need to like the warmth that you give each other.
Yeah, at the sampler platter for 2. That's what you go for Karksma.
That is where you go.
We met over the
Karksma.
mat. We
that's
met
where
over
you
the
go.
potato pierogi.
Karksma. That fucking the sampler platter.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yes.
that's the only time I ever wished for an Augusta Gein was being because Natalie doesn't do the Polish food.
Yeah.
Well, she
right?
works out so she can eat.
She can, but she doesn't like any of it. But it's
Right.
like, but at Karksma,
Why am I getting yelled at then?
Because-
the woman that you're married
Because you're
to
just saying
agrees with
incorrect
me.
things, and I'm not having sex with you right now. All right? So
Your other half agrees, like literally agrees.
She
with
did.
me.
She's a pescatarian. She
doesn't like
eat
anything
meat.
that I like.
Well, then she's gonna love again the potato stuffed pierogi, which is just carb on carb on carb on carb on carb.
I will say this though, Christina's is overrated.
Christina's is overrated. Karksma is the best one in New York.
Karksma is the absolute best Polish restaurant
Let's go to
in all of New York City.
Video number 3. Again, I have forgotten what it is.
Saturday afternoon, run for your lives. The skateboards are out, but they're more than just an
This is cool,
obnoxious
actually. Watch
form
this.
of transportation. They're a lifestyle. The Time Travelers shop combines everything that parents hate: punk rock music, skateboards, weird comic books,
This is
and
cool.
kids
We would've all
hanging
been
around
there.
together.
I don't know. I don't know. I always felt so intimidated by
This
people
just-
that were cool.
It
More
makes
majority of guys skateboard, and this is where they come to buy skateboards. Yeah, and also
Watch
this
this.
is where the guys are, so they come here.
Why is it that there are many more boys skateboarding than girls? I mean, it's not really like that with bicycles. Why is it with skateboards?
Because too many girls are fembots. They rather
yeah.
Skateboarding's fun. Girls can do whatever they want. If they want to skateboard, they skateboard. If they break something, they break something. I mean, it's going to heal. If it's a permanent damage, no big deal. I mean, you just go through life with a simple limp.
Well,
You
skateboarding.
go
I don't
through life
think.
with a simple lip.
I just think that these are posers.
No,
Well,
they're
it
not.
wouldn't actually stop us from hanging out. You just skate over there instead of on the sidewalks.
It wouldn't be cool because it'd be a government-sanctioned activity, so you'd just skate
Yeah,
on,
you'd
on
just
the
be some
sidewalks
other
just to mess with
stooge.
people, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And what are you doing?
Selling punk rock and skateboard and skull stuff to little kids.
Doing God's
But
work.
where do little kids get the money? I've located a parent
Yes!
in this crowd. How much did it come to?
Oh, a little on about $200.
Yeah, that's
kids or
real
bad
money.
kids?
1986, yeah.
Bad, totally bad.
Okay, well, I think that clears it up.
Why did that guy from Guess Who do that job?
I don't know. I'll always remember the time when my parents. I remember I begged them. I was getting into hockey. Right, it was my freshman year in high school. I begged them. I was like, "I want all the real gear, Mom." And she was just like,
understand.
"Well, Henry Thomas, is this going to be a fed, or he's going to be?" I was like, "No,
You're never
I
gonna
am
outgrow it."
a hockey player in my blood." And she went and spent. It was like $1,500 and
dude.
all the gear, all the top line,
Yeah.
like fucking
Yeah.
full on, all stuff. It's just I quit 2 months later.
It's very sweet that they tried, though. But the nice thing is, with Play It Again Sports and other exchanges, they count on kids like you to be like, we'll see those skates again in a week. Yeah. And the nice thing is, we sold them for $500. We can resell them for $300. We're
Yeah,
saving
you see
money.
this little fat kid being like, "I'm gonna be a professional hockey player," and be like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mister, I got a fucking Ghostbusters pants on and a Teenage
Hey,
Mutant
buddy.
Ninja Turtle shirt on."
I had a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle skateboard that was pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, I didn't have a skateboard though because we didn't really have much concrete where I grew up.
I didn't
Yeah,
find
you had to
myself
use-
agile enough to use it.
Yeah, you stood in the back of a cow.
No, it was just dirt. Just a lot of dirt. Most
So what'd
roads
you
are-
do for fun then?
We rode around on bikes.
Oh,
bikes.
bike.
All day,
yeah.
just like 6 hours a day, just riding around this small town, just from one end to the other and the other, and every once in a while you get into a fight.
I just
and
rode
every
my
once in a
parents
while
back
this-
to the fucking
And
poorhouse.
then you just fucking, every once in a while you go into an old lady's junkyard, she comes out with a shotgun, she threatens to shoot you, you get cut on something.
That's not a junkyard.
I'm trying to imply that we...
Had sex with that old woman.
Yeah, I mean he is successful.
All right. Well, but I did like that though, because it shows you that it's not like we live in this world where everyone's like, women are finally doing. It's like, no, this is 80. That's 86.
86.
And this chick was like, no, well, I'm doing this shit. Also, people used to go meet in person. They used to meet in person.
What do you do? When did you become this
person.
in-person? Yeah, people still meet in person. Stores still exist.
When was the last time you met a person in person?
He's been reading too much Facebook.
Last night.
No, I don't have Facebook.
I met the two of you.
No, a person you don't know, Marcus.
What do you mean meet a person I don't know? I'm
What was the
40.
last time
I'm
you met
40. What do I need to go meet a person I don't know for?
I've met plenty of people.
Excuses. I meet people every single day. I literally have probably 3 new friends a day.
I think it's
just go-
because
you don't
that's
have-
called
you don't have
alcoholism.
friends. You go to a.
They
you go-
demand my phone number after we hang out for 2 hours.
They demand it.
Yeah, basically. So let's do number 5. They really
This mandate has gotten. You're very sure of yourself.
what are you talking about?
Very sure of yourself. Oh yeah. I saw
That's
this.
great.
We're Barbie. Haha.
Oh God, I hate little teeth.
Does she even have
Hello,
teeth?
kitty, 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 kitty,
I
kitty,
hate
kitty,
this.
kitty, kitty, kitty. Hello, kitty.
Kitty.
Hello, kitty, 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 kitty. Hello, kitty. They call me
Everybody
Hello
else is
Kitty,
hotter in the video
and
than
I'm
her.
hella pretty. My lashes hella fine. Your man wanna be mine. I don't got the time. I'm a pretty little dime. Yeah, I'm hella fine. Yeah, I'm hella fine.
kitty, 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 kitty,
got an
kitty,
808 in
kitty,
there.
kitty. Hello, kitty. Hello, kitty, 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 kitty,
I hate her.
Hello.
I like the woman.
I'm hella pretty, 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 pretty,
The other
pretty,
one.
pretty, 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 pretty. My name is
I was
Brittany.
thinking about it.
Hello,
The other girl. The other girl's
kitty,
attractive.
kitty,
The
kitty,
main
kitty,
one is not
kitty,
good.
Actually, this isn't
Hello,
that far off
kitty.
from our song. Chummy, chummy, chummy,
Chummy, chummy, chummy,
chummy,
chummy, chummy, chummy,
chummy.
Hello Kitty, kitty,
Music's
kitty,
easier.
kitty. You guys need to get
Music
together
is
with Hello
easier.
Kitty.
No, but that's the thing. Anyone
No,
can
that's
tell
bad
a-
music.
Anyone
That's
can tell
music.
a joke
That's
at
what I'm
any
saying.
time.
That's music.
But-
So that's much easier. She just showed up. She was the least talented person in that lineup.
Henry, I would
produced
like to remind you that for many years I worked in the basement of a comedy club.
Oh, I
And
remember.
in order to get to my recording studio, to my office, I had to walk through open mics every single night of my life.
Because
I-
they had to work harder and you
Wow.
didn't see musicians because they were out getting pussy and playing games with their friends.
I'm actually going to have to push back a little bit on you, Marcus. We are talking open mics. I sat through a music open mic, and it was worse.
I ran.
Music open mics are by far worse.
Because
I
they're-
went to
because-
an acoustic screamo night. That was one of the worst single events I have ever seen.
The problem
yeah.
with
It's
so
bad.
bad.
music is people are trying to be really authentic, but then when it's like all sucks,
Me and my
at
buddy-
least with comedy, they're just like, I'm trying to
It's
be
just
funny.
pure death. It's just pure death.
Me and my buddy James Weinheimer ran a music.
James!
Yeah, James. Yeah, we ran a music open mic in the Lower East Side, upstairs at Pianos, in like 2007, 2008.
I can smell the cocaine.
We used to,
wow,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a lot of cocaine. But we
Pianos.
used to get the weirdest, coolest people in there. We had this one dude called Bivouac. He was like fresh out of Iraq. Like he had just gotten back from like Baghdad. He was all fucked up.
Yeah.
But he made some amazing music just by himself. There was this
That's
other dude,
incredible.
There was this other dude who only called himself Son, who did poetry.
Cool.
It was always real fucking weird.
Music
and
adjacent, I guess.
I love this.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is different. You were in a cool. That's a cool
No, that's
spot.
not. it's
Pianos
not
is cool.
One person had PTSD, and the other person did poetry.
But
I'm actually
Pianos
gonna
is
say
a
this,
cool
guys.
place to
Fun.
do music.
I did songs. James did songs. It was awesome.
It's the same. You just described every comedy open mic as well.
Yes.
I never saw people that interesting at a comedy open
Buddy,
mic.
oh yeah. Oh no. They are crazy. Because at an open mic, you just walk in. You go to one of these.
Well,
and
then
you're
the
just-
problem is, at our time period in New York was when we had our friends that also then like took over open mic scenes and then just like cut out all the guys they didn't like.
Yeah.
You know, like you had
Legion bar.
before everybody was nice when they were all mean and they would make sure they would like just tell comedians that they sucked and then like would cut their time.
That wasn't
with like
us.
unplug. We didn't run
never
open
did that.
mics.
No, that was
Very
just
nice.
our friends.
Yes.
No,
they were just
I
our
was-
friends.
Maybe friends now. I didn't appreciate that. Let's move on to the female forum.
Love it.
This is for you, Henry Zabrowski.
Thank you.
Let's go to number 8, followed by 9. Might as well hop into 10 there as well. But we can take them one by one.
Inverted nipples can make the first few days of breastfeeding more difficult, as the baby may not find it
Oh, I
easy
could
to
suck
attach
that right
to the
out.
breast
No, you can't. That's
correctly.
the problem.
Now I can.
Nipples
No, but it's
can
the
be
pro- well, look at
corrected
this,
with
though.
cosmetic
Wow.
surgery, but mothers
bless
may
her.
not be able to breastfeed afterwards,
She's like, oh,
as the
should I tell
procedure
her
involves
encouraging things,
severing
or-
Why are you
milk
holding it like an
ducts.
orange?
Because she's
However,
confused.
there is a non-surgical solution that provides long-lasting correction without causing tissue damage.
Okay, yeah.
The Phillips
All right,
Avent
so this is-
niplet
we're heading to
works
Robin
by
Jack
gently
territory, but it's
stretching the
fine.
milk
I mean, it's
ducts
technically
during
informative.
pregnancy.
It is.
The niplet is painless and has been clinically proven to be a
pump it out.
long-lasting solution for inverted nipples.
Hey, man, I'll fucking.
The valve of the
I
niplet
hear you.
can
Honestly,
be
if there are
separated
anybody
from
out
the
there that is
applicator
suffering from
just
this
let
and
it
you're in
hang
the
out
Los
and
Angeles
loose
area,
clothing
if you
for
come out
use
to
day
the
or
Last
night.
Podcast Network studio, we've
When
been
used
working on this
regularly,
for
the nipples
for
should
weeks.
fill the mold
This is
within
actually
approximately
Then you gotta
Kissel
put it back in.
Kissel made this.
the
Then you gotta put it
until
back in.
the
Yeah, you gotta
nipple
pop it back in.
no longer
Yeah,
hurts.
Really good.
Generally, the
mean,
nipple
I like
will
them. I like the
supposed to
innie
wear it
one.
like
for
that.
30
What's wrong with the
minutes,
innie one?
as
Yeah,
long
there's
as you
nothing
wear
Well,
wrong
it
it's
with
for
that.
the
at
it's for the
least 8
suckling of
hours
a baby,
day.
so the baby can suckle.
Yeah.
Let's
But
go on.
I actually am really surprised. Do you not think that if you just scared her real hard, they'd pop out?
Well, that's what I don't know. Maybe just
Whoop.
whoop
Like hiccups.
whoop.
Yeah. And she's
But
like, whoa.
I think my understanding is because both men and women get the inverted nipple. My understanding is if you get it cold, it actually inverts. It inverts.
Really?
Yes,
So
because
whichever
literally
way,
the way that it is,
whether it's
it's like an
pointing.
innie or an outie belly button.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
That's my
The
understanding.
colder my nipples get, the further they reach.
No, I know because we got
'Cause you're going outers.
I got big ones.
Which is the norm. But let's go to milking.
People are saying that this is painful. Do you think this would be painful?
Yes.
Yeah, the flage. It
So
is a nice titty.
Professional. And
Now, this is
hopefully
how you want to
change
milk.
your
Jesus Christ,
container
Kissel.
so that maybe you can see the streams.
I
You are a professional.
I thank you. Honestly, I appreciate it.
You're a professional and the queen of milk.
Where's the husband going? Hey,
And so she's just going.
what are you doing over there? Making a milkshake?
Toward the
No,
chest wall
the
and then
sack
bringing her
isn't the
hands
whole titty,
together
it's
in a
just the
rhythmic
front.
pattern.
Wow.
And you can see she's got lots of different areas.
Lots of different.
I like that. Yeah, this is supposed to be education.
Some people
You know
need
what's
to move
funny?
their
That's why
hands
it's on-
around
this was on
more to,
YouTube.
like,
I never
drain
thought
one
about it, but
area,
it's just like a
drain
cow's.
Another.
Like it really, I
So,
mean, it's mammals, you know?
Yeah.
Mammals
Seems
are
like she's
fun.
getting
I've never
lots
seen a
and
woman
lots of
with
Great
milk
milk.
just from
tits,
doing
but it's
that.
kind of funny.
Yeah,
This
what
is-
is happening? A pimp
Lots
called me
of different
Peaches.
ways
This is
to do
called
hand
you're
expression,
learning
no
something
right
You're
for
learning.
once.
Yeah, I've never
But getting
seen it.
deeper.
This is
in
what
the
happens with the
breasts,
generation
and
that
you'll
didn't grow up
notice
with
that her
TLC.
Yeah,
fingers
Lemon
are
Bars
very
Kissel
channel.
obviously just wanted to
quite
show a
deep in
bunch
the
of tits,
breast,
but that's
and
great.
No,
It's
that
good for the
fine.
show.
isn't
Wonderful.
quite
It's milking.
touching
This is
area
the
where it's
lifeblood of
behind
all of
the
us.
area.
Yeah, you
This
put
is
it
what
right in
you-
the jar.
So
This is what
sometimes
you
that's
get
a
when
key.
you're a
Getting
Patreon
kind of
subscriber.
deep
People
breaths
on
and a
YouTube,
nice
they don't
handful
see
of
this.
breast
This
tissue.
was a YouTube video,
But
however.
but we can't do it though, because when we
We're not
do
doing
it,
educational?
when we do it, it's a different context.
No, that's educational.
Because you know what I now know.
Oh, please,
Okay.
Ben, if it's educational, please educate us.
I was educated.
He's educated.
No.
I saw from that
Well, what
that
did that tell you?
the titty is a sprinkler.
I-
And that if you squeeze it hard enough, or that eventually it does make it rain.
I learned from that a titty can drown a small ant in milk.
Well, I suppose I may have learned that there is more of a kinship amongst mammalias, mammals.
So we shall
than
see
I-
if that's allowed on YouTube then,
Because honestly, that's the beauty of motherhood, and it's YouTube that are perverts. Yes, I've said that. Yes, I'm curious when I see a woman breastfeeding.
Curious.
But again, I'm curious because
Curious?
I'm again a comedian, true artist. Empathy. My empathy powers are just off the charts, and I'm an empath.
Oh, you're a student of human nature.
Yeah, and then everywhere I see, so if I see a woman breastfeeding, it's more just using my sociologist-like gaze to make sure I'm absorbing whatever this tale is.
Absolutely. And then that's why Marcus goes to all those women and be like, that's just like a cow's nipple.
But don't you feel closer to the cow now?
No. Although I do. Well, everyone's like, don't drink cow milk. You want us to be milking the women?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, there's sacks. They're just sacks laying
Yeah.
table down.
I ended up in this thing where I started reading about like why we don't drink dog milk, right? Like why don't we drink dog milk? And
Okay,
but you know
yeah.
what's really strange is that each one, it was like I was reading this thing and it kept saying like, oh yeah, dog milk is not normally a thing that we consume. It is sweeter and it actually has a more delicate taste. But most people would not choose dog milk. But if you did, you would see it actually has a silky texture. And I was like, is this a commercial for dog milk?
I guess if
Yeah, but you selling
if you're like
me on dog
starving,
milk?
dude, if you're on the Oregon Trail or something and you got a dog that's giving out milk.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'll put a little ice cream sign on it and try to freeze it and
Dog milk.
yeah, dog milk. Everyone, come and get dog milk.
You better make
from
sure it's a girl
Rory.
dog. Because sometimes when it comes out, and they said it's whiter than normal milk.
We don't have no bull.
Whiter.
Yeah, that's what I was like. What do you mean whiter? How could it get more white?
Or
I guess there's a bit of a murkiness before it's pasteurized.
Okay, let's go on to we're talking about boobs. Let's talk dicks here.
Woman milk is yellower.
Woman milk is yellow. I've seen evidence.
What does a woman want? Horse cock. Let's take a look.
Not every woman likes a horse cock. It's too much.
This is just again. This is for you, Marcus.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
this is for Marcus.
I am interested in agriculture.
Yes. It's a foreign horse, so it'll be
La sala deberá
uncircumcised.
ser una zona lo suficientemente amplia para
I hate my
permitirnos
horses
movernos de
uncut. It's
forma
disgusting.
segura como
And
occidental.
take a look at what
Debemos
we're
tener
talking about
tres
here.
zonas claramente diferenciadas.
It's also
Una
on
es la
YouTube.
zona de
Look at the
recelo,
size of that now.
Yeah,
otra
it's
es la
real-
zona de
it's real
limpieza
big.
y finalmente la
I'm
zona
quite
donde le
familiar with
conectamos
Oh,
el
I
semen.
don't like.
Now,
I
men
don't
seem
want
to like
this.
that.
What do you mean? What do you mean, men
Antes de
seem to like
extraer
that?
semen al
Well, for that
semental,
movie Zoo.
dejaremos un
Oh,
tiempo
yes, that
suficiente
one
para
man
que el
did.
semental se
Yeah,
estimule
that
con
one
la
man
ayuda.
Enjoyed it, yeah.
Para ello lo aproximaremos
Mandar
y
says horse
dejaremos que
cock.
contacte
People
con
are
ella,
actually
la
more into the
abuela,
horse cock than
y
I
se
would
estimule
think.
poco
A
a
lot of
poco.
people
But
talking
they're
horse
trying to
cock.
get it to have
De
sex
media,
with that
cada
fake
semental
thing.
suele tardar entre 1 a 3 minutos en
there's a
comenzar la
lot of
erección.
people who like horse cock, but if we were to do per capita, would it be that many?
What are we doing?
I don't know. See, this is why I didn't want to show the video.
Yeah. I mean, what is this? Is it eating pussy?
Buddy, I don't know.
Smelling. I mean,
His name's Fleming?
Fleming's a good name for a horse. Actually.
It is.
Fleming.
Yeah.
Yes, Ben's mandate is just shut off the stream.
Yeah. But now, see, isn't that something? And then they do the extraction, which I did learn that that's a different language, but I understood.
Yeah. It's
What
it said was cleaning.
This is not even.
For
It's just like not even.
You have to clean Olympia.
Our manager is here.
Clean.
You know,
all right.
Yeah,
Well,
it's going to be quite sensitive.
But it has gotten harder, so you might have realized it wasn't.
I don't know if it got harder.
This is for Marcus.
I think it might be. I think it might be an optical illusion.
What do you think? It's held up by fucking wire, like it's Tinkerbell.
But these people do this. This is their jobs. Every day they do this.
Of course, they're vets. There's nothing wrong with this.
Something wrong with showing it on the stream.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with this.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, it's not. It's again.
Are you
I wish
gonna?
someone would do
It's
that
not
to
a
me after I jerk
developing.
off.
It's not a developingly disabled man strapped to a gurney while two Russian men jerk him off. Yeah,
And
you're
then,
right.
and then there they get the semen. Extraction de semen.
Yeah.
Which is French for getting the cum out of there out of the horse.
Yeah, they got it horny
And
first.
then they do.
And now they.
I don't want it.
They're putting it in the.
I hate farms, man.
Thank you.
I hate farms. I don't want any. I want any of this.
The one thing that pisses me off.
Think about it this way: whoever is doing this, like this is a multi-million-dollar operation.
Industry,
that's
yes, I
going on.
know.
No, just this alone.
Yeah, Camille asked, "What do you do for work?" I like the city. I like the buzz of the taxis, and I love Phantom on Broadway.
And isn't that and it also reminded me of Marcus because that's just a glorified fleshlight, and then they take it.
Ooh, that's a gusher. Oh, I love this. You see, I like a nice Italian restaurant. I like to go. You know, like go see, be on the town. Maybe go to a nightclub. You know, you go.
Breaking news.
I'm sorry, everyone is
breaking news. Everyone, the president has been shot. The president has been shot. Breaking news.
The president has been shot.
All right, and then they take the cum. All right, enough.
Nothing would make me happier is in the moment of a horse coming and be like, unfortunately, 9/11/2 is happening right now. There's two. They've already hit. Two planes have hit the Sears Tower.
I do think this is the majority of all news scripts. It's just nipples, horsecock.
Nipples, horsecock. I'm so glad I didn't look at this sheet.
Milking, horsecock.
I really tried on this one.
Niplet, Vader voice, Hello Kitty.
Dude, I really tried.
You jerk off.
Jerk off. Number
Let's do
13.
jerk off.
Jerk off. Number 13.
Yeah, let's see what this is.
Scowl.
Oh.
It's disgusting.
Disgusting. Big circle.
This is bad.
Off the top at 6, a shocking and just sickening sight on South Beach. A man caught on camera touching himself inside a busy Starbucks. And that suspect led cops on a chase before being taken down.
And as you're about to see, that was only the beginning of this bizarre behavior. Local 10 crime specialist Bridget Matter is in Miami Beach with this safety alert.
Start with jerking off at a Starbucks.
We spoke to the woman who took this video. She says this went on for 10 minutes.
Way too long.
And she was in disbelief. It all happened inside this Miami Beach Starbucks. Not long after, police arrested this guy.
Watch this.
The man in this video was arrested for lewd and lascivious behavior inside a Miami Beach Starbucks.
What are you doing?
A customer records as employees who may not be aware continue
Oh, they're
calling
aware.
for orders.
No one's saying anything.
Disgusting.
We spoke to the woman.
How is
behind
no
the
one
camera
beating the
who was
living
in
shit out of him?
Well, you'll see. There's a surprise clip that I thought was kind of under the radar.
So gross. Get out of here.
Demaria says someone else called 911.
I don't want to ever go back. And it's just, it'll always be in the back of my head.
Video shows police trying to take 27-year-old Blake Rain into custody.
There we go.
Yeah, you hear that
Now
noise.
we got
That's
this.
the noise.
Is the
You hear the. Yeah.
Don't tase me, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, see, got it.
The
I imagine that was how that was going to
Rain
be.
was argumentative with the judge and tells the judge he works on the beach.
If you don't stop, I'm going to mute you and you will not be able to speak for the rest of this hearing. Do you understand me?
Wait, so are you saying that he
And there was a
because
lot
he
of back
works
and
at
forth
the beach?
during that bond court hearing. We did reach out to Starbucks corporate to get a statement from them, but we likely won't hear
Yeah,
from
did
them.
were they
until
into it?
tomorrow.
Does Howard did they like it?
Checking up
Did they
with
all like,
them,
oh great, we're giving
following
him
up
free
with them
Starbucks for a
sometime
year?
tomorrow. For now, we're live in Miami Beach. Bridget Matter, local
You know, a
10
man in a Starbucks, a man in Florida in a Starbucks masturbating in front of the American flag. Isn't that what it's all about?
Isn't that America followed by him getting tased?
Followed by him getting tased by
Yeah,
the
yeah,
police,
yeah.
and then followed by a 10-minute news story that absolutely did not need to happen.
Did not need.
About the
Patrick
incident.
said for this stream, Ben just looked up all his interests.
Nipples, public masturbation,
Starbucks.
wrestling,
Yeah.
Star Wars. Nipples again.
Nipples again.
You got me.
Cum extraction.
Wow, you got me good.
Yeah, Starbucks, that's not cool, man.
No.
I blame
You know what they do at
Starbucks.
Starbucks?
I blame Starbucks for being open.
Well, I mean, honestly, the employee should have been like, just stop. It also shows you how long it takes to get a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I know you
The
got.
man
You have
had to
enough time to
for
jerk
10
off.
full minutes.
I mean, well, that's why when you get there and you see the woman's like getting her like mocha frappuccino with the two things. The first thing I'm gonna do is thinking about like I could be masturbating.
I also wonder with him. I don't know why this is always in my mind when they talk about public masturbation, but is it a slow stroke or a fast jerk?
Oh, that was a slow.
That
stroke.
was
He was
slow.
just. It seemed like he was just
holding
I
it
think he was getting
and just maybe
ready.
because he was just doing the.
getting hard. Yeah, because I would imagine.
No, but he was doing some movements.
Well, I would imagine
there was some movements.
Well, no, I would imagine because like the slow stroke, like it's if you're doing the fast one, your knees are bent.
He was looking for a response.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly
So I
what
feel
I've
like
been trying to get from these videos.
You know what? You really have.
Yeah.
And you know what I'll say?
I feel like I've been
If there was
demonized
one
and
thing-
criticized a
No,
little
no,
too
no.
much today.
I will say no. I think that what you've done today is the reason why it's compelling. It's because it's about human nature.
It's honest.
And it's honest as hell.
What was
And
that? The vice president's been shot.
Wow.
Oh my God! I gotta go. She needs
Honestly,
me.
if that
Kamala
who then is
needs me.
I think then Mitch McConnell is president.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Don't worry, Mitch McConnell's been shot.
Great.
Okay, good.
So,
Good.
I think that gives us.
Spinny the janitor is
There
president.
we go. Not shot. He was the shooter.
Oh yeah, Spinny the janitor. That's great.
You did not know. That's your character. All right, let's do Butterball number 12. I'm not sure what this one is either.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Time to channel your inner skunk.
Oh, this is funny. This is cute.
Come on. Don't pull his paw! Oh, that's disgusting. Ew.
Wow.
Mine's a little too tight. Someone give me a paw.
I wouldn't do that.
Let's get back to the horse.
Don't pull his paw!
Oh my God. Now this is my
Butterball, I take it back.
This is
Let her rip.
This is Butterball.
With the D?
Yeah.
Give a fella a paw up.
Don't pull his
Don't pull his paw! Disgusting. Oh, shucks. I never thought I'd say this, but let
He's
it
always getting stuck. Oh, you bad
Big
guy.
paw.
You can tell that guy's a
I'm
bad
gonna
guy.
miss everything about you. But you're
Yeah, the dog's getting milked, Ben.
I'm gonna
But
miss you
you're
too,
fine.
Leo.
Shasta.
No.
Sorry, everybody. Must have been that chili cheese dog I had for lunch.
Yo, Butterball, when I tell you, let one rip.
How often does
It happens all the time. He's got to fight the burp with the fart.
Farting through his Oh, he murdered? No, okay.
Whoa, he's not dead. Transito Lalonde says we've reached the post-nut of part of Kissel's playlist.
All right, you got me.
Let me ask you this.
Keeps on farting.
I don't know what you guys are
It's like 5 more minutes of this, but we don't.
It's not that bad.
It's so cute. Oh, God. What's a world without dogs, huh? Oh, Mommy. It gets better the more. I've watched this like 1,000 times. This can't be happening.
You know what's funny? So, Marcus, I thought you had an aversion to fart humor.
No, that's
No
your,
aversion?
No, that's your
Dog
sister.
Oh, Jackie has
Your
an aversion
sister
to
has
fart
an aversion.
humor.
I love fart humor.
Jackie doesn't like fart humor?
No, she does not
No,
like
she
fart
hates
humor.
it. Hates fart humor.
Well, it's like, because the only thing I can think is because this just reminds me of the other classic, Norbit.
Norbit.
Oh,
yeah.
How many times
you
she
do.
farted? How you
do?
doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
When she
you
farted,
do?
be like, "Ah, you do."
Yeah, well, you told me, Henry, and I know he heavily researched this, but the first joke ever found was
Was a
indeed
fart
joke.
joke. It was a fart joke.
Farts are funny.
That's not true.
Yes, it is true.
The oldest joke ever found, we actually don't know the context.
We don't
for
have
it.
to fight, guys. Why is this happening?
Constantly. It should be Henry's right.
The first,
Henry can be right sometimes if we want to do
the
it.
first joke
No,
ever
it is
found.
a woman sitting on a man's lap and his wife farts on his lap on her lap.
No. The first one.
That is literally
we don't understand the context. The first
I was
joke
trying to
is a
bring us
dog
down.
walks into a bar and he says,
Moisture
"I'm
farms
ugly."
everywhere are empty.
Do you speak Bachi?
Yeah, I do.
I
speak
bitchy. Do you speak the binary language of moisture evaporators?
Yes, sir, I do. That's how you know.
Good.
That's how you know a woman's trying to take your money.
What about that droid, sir? I've worked with him many times.
Droids don't fart.
Droids can fart if you program them to.
Yes. Let's do number 14. We only have a little bit of time.
Next,
here.
we have Stephen Tanoff.
Oh, this is hilarious. I played
and
this on
he's
Top
from
Hat,
Ward
so
7 to
some may have heard
talk about being wrongly banned at Galleria, Tower City, and YMCA. Stephen is not representing anyone and is not being paid by anyone. You had a microphone over here.
Yeah, use the microphone.
Okay.
We're not going to hear your liberties unless you use a microphone.
He's got serious grievances.
I have a dark situation to tell about being wrongly banned at the Galleria. 8 years ago, Galleria security told me that I was banned for life from entering the Galleria Tower YMCA complex. Why was I banned?
Is this true?
I'd like to get the difficult person haircut, please.
Galleria security told me that I was banned for life from entering the Galleria Tower YMCA complex. Why was I banned?
We'll get to it.
I was wrongly accused of doing something. Two security guards framed me for masturbating in the restroom, something I did not do.
Definitely
Once
framed
again, two security guards framed me for masturbating in the restrooms, something I did not do. I don't know how this all started. Maybe a group of people didn't like seeing me down there, and they decided to make up stories about me.
Cui bono.
I think you should wear a hat. By the Galleria Tower. James Kassoff is the current owner of the Galleria, and I'm sending monthly letters to James Kassoff.
Monthly letters.
Once
I
again,
did not masturbate.
8 years ago, Galleria security told me that I was banned for life from entering the Galleria Tower YMCA complex. Security wrongly accused me of masturbating in the restrooms. I'm writing monthly letters to James Kassoff, the owner. I am sober and rarely drink alcohol. I am 49 years old.
Whoa, youthful.
I'm going to change the subject now. Okay. Speed demons are a tyranny that's plaguing the streets of our city. These noisy cars with tinted windows are disturbing the peace and making it hard for children to study and do homework. We need more cops to stop those speed demons.
We need more
I also want
cops.
to talk about port potties. I know some people think port potties are not important.
Look at the guy behind
but we need more permanent port
Guy keeps
potties in our
rolling his
parks. Bring more port potties. Bring more port potties. Now I'm going to wrap it up. Okay. Don't forget what I said about my wrongful ban at the Galleria Tower YMCA complex. I definitely have some problems down there.
Definitely does. Oh, and I just noticed the lazy eye.
The eye.
Yeah, lazy
He
ai.
gets a round of applause.
He does.
Because they all thought that was the funniest thing that they had all
It was very
ever
funny. I
It
did
was
look it
a
up.
frame job. Just the idea of the JFK-like conspiracy
Yeah.
that was
Oftentimes-
around his masturbating.
I must ask, if true, cui bono?
We simply don't know.
If true.
Obviously, they know that he might be distracting people from shopping because of how compelling he was.
Absolutely.
And that too many people are gathered around him to hear his stories,
No,
and they're not shopping.
I believe that he was at the gallery. I think he was at the YMCA.
But around the Galleria area.
In the area, everywhere he was siphoning all of all the other energy.
He was
Everyone going
accused of I believe he was accused of masturbating inside the YMCA.
Yes, near the restroom.
near the
And
restroom.
many times, like the very funny character.
It was a long scratch, and many people they do not believe. But yes, I am covered in bugs, and they do bite, and they do itch, and they do scratch, and they are on my penis up and down the shaft of it.
And of course, that would also be a proper complaint to bring in front of the city council.
True.
I did look it up. It is 100% real. And so it's the authenticity that I found to be so humorous.
Again, that's just real people.
And if he is wrongfully framed,
then
I believe he should be allowed back.
What was
at
his
that
name?
YMCA. Guilford Dumbledick.
Can we invite him onto the stream?
No, actually, I
feel
do
like
not
it's
want.
time. I think that we should use the power of the stream to exonerate this man. You actually have inspired me,
buddy. I think he's guilty.
If we could find the guy, it's a frame job. I heard at a city council meeting that it was a frame job.
Yeah.
So I think that what we need to do is we need to bring him. We got to fix this for him.
And I also have another question. Why did it take him 8 years to come forward?
I think he's probably had been doing that a lot. Because it seems like everyone kind of knew the story.
They kind of knew the guy, yeah.
But then he did bring up speed demons, and they are...
He's not incorrect.
The kids got to do their homework.
He's not incorrect. I'm going to say, so if we can find out what his name was and invite him to the studio and give him the address, Eric, I think that would be very good.
Let's keep... You know what? You know what we're going to do here? Healthy distance.
We can Zoom.
Healthy distance. Because he is in Cleveland, although I would like to send him a plane ticket and see if he can make it.
I really think that if we just send him a plane ticket, he might take over this whole town. He might show up and the whole town be like, who's that guy? And then all of a sudden, he's the new...
Public masturbator.
He's going to go masturbate the first YMCA.
But maybe the next generation will make public masturbating cool.
We have no time left. Eric, I'm amazed. Is that good enough? All right. One more video. 30 seconds bonus content. All right, this is a great song to go out.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I know this whole... This guy. Yes, I've seen this. This is great.
Can you see this, Marcus?
You might recognize it. There was another song he sang.
How long I was feeling.
Yeah, I know his.
And the emptiness.
Just imagine how bad his jokes would be,
though.
That's what I'm saying.
Though
he's got a karaoke track. That's music. That's easy. Just presses a button.
Someone
else wrote it.
I mean, you can do anything bad.
I was covering up the secret tears I cried.
But actually, bad music is. You know what, Marcus, you do win.
For now.
Because I can still listen to this.
Yeah.
But I can still laugh at bad comedy.
Yeah, but then they think it's good.
In the filter of this, I can listen to this. But if I would leave this room. If I was in that room, I'd be gone.
I would not.
No, I would stay.
I would absolutely stay. I'd see this guy do an hour.
Sleazy Dan says music is easy.
Thanks for calling in to Hail Yourself today, Sleazy. We'll be back at Open Lines again. All right, everyone. Hail yourselves. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the stream. Thank you.
Oh, God. Ooh, man.
Love y'all.
That tone. He's got a good high voice.
I mean,
if he can learn how to direct it.
100% straight American man.
He's got balls.
Accidentally hit it sometimes.
He really does. I love a tone thing.
Well, he's got technically he could have been in the Beach Boys.
Bye, everyone.